What up? I'm Jake Palumbo, and you're watching How to Be Rich When You're Not Famous. You know, a lot of us Instagram users, myself included, you know, we may experience some confusion sometimes. Like, why did this post that I put up of me eating my dinner or, you know, watching wrestling, why did that get 250 likes? And why did this post, you know, of my show coming up or, you know, my music or something much more important, why did that get 25 or 30 likes when I have almost 10,000 followers? You know, I mean, it's things like that that can be confusing and frustrating if you're not aware of how the algorithms work. You know, with Instagram algorithms, you have to remember that the social media, the programmers at these networks, they don't care about us promoting our project. They don't care about, you know, us reaching our audience. They care about the people who are using Instagram spending as much time on Instagram as humanly possible. And they try to do that by making sure that the content that these people engage with the most, every single time you're scrolling, Instagram is collecting data on what you look at, what you like, what you comment, what hashtags you follow, in order to try to take content that is similar to that and push it up your feed, and take content that is not similar to what you normally interact with and push it down on your feed. Instagram's main algorithm is something I call the 10 for 10 rule. And what that basically means is this, is at the time you make an Instagram post, when you crop the picture, pick the filter, type the caption, and hit send, when it uploads, Instagram is going to audition your post in front of a test audience. And that test audience is going to be comprised of the 10% of your followers that interact with you the most. Basically your 10% most hardcore supporters and people that follow your content. So Instagram is going to take that post and show it to your 10% most engaged followers for 10 minutes. Now in that 10 minutes, if that post generates enough, you know, impressions, likes, comments, you know, interaction, then Instagram is going to allow it to graduate a level and be seen by a slightly larger percentage of your followers. As your post grows traction with people liking, commenting, you know, taking a look at it, you know, that's going to determine how the post performs overall. Because if it doesn't perform well enough in those first 10 minutes with your first, you know, your most 10% engaged followers, your post is going to get suppressed. And it's going to be seen by even less of, you know, your followership. The other thing you really want to pay attention to, and, you know, there's a bunch of tools out there to see your Instagram analytics and you know, what your audience is comprised of, male, female, age group, you know, when they're online, things like that. You want to try to figure out when the times when your followers are most likely to be online. Now, I researched this a little bit, and it seems that for the most part, you know, the largest percentage of my followers are on Instagram around 8, 9 in the morning, around 12, 1 o'clock, around 5, 6 o'clock, and around 8 to 9 o'clock. It's weird because that tells me Jake Palumbo fans are employed, and that's an amazing it's an amazing thing I thought we'd never accomplish. But I say that to say, okay, my followers are people, if they're checking their Instagram at these times, at 8 a.m. before they go to work, at 12 or 1 o'clock when they're on their lunch break, at 5 or 6 o'clock we just got out of work and we're going home, 8, 9 o'clock we at the crib winding down. So, you know, it makes the most sense for me to try to make my posts during those times, because, you know, all my followers are not going to, 100% of my followers is not going to see my posts unless I pay to sponsor it. So before you get in your feelings and start, you know, falling into that death trap of, you know, well, people aren't supporting, or people, you know, in all likelihood they just never saw your post.